So next up, we have Gil Zellner. He's a DevOps enthusiast at Wix. His code is kind of meh, but he makes a mean brisket. So welcome, Gil.
Clicker? Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, Tel Aviv. So I'm Gil, and I'm here to talk to you about high availability coffee. That is my Twitter handle, and I strongly encourage you to tweet at me for anything and everything, especially if you disagree with me. So high availability is super important to us at Wix, because when we're down, our clients' websites are down, and that's not good in today's economy. A little bit about me before we get started. I'm with Wix Engineering. In the past, I was with AppsFlyer and a whole bunch of other companies. It's starting to look like NASCAR over here. And at Wix, we have locations in Tel Aviv and all over the place. And we're hiring for a whole bunch of positions, so talk to me afterwards. So in the past year or so, we've all been working from home, which was cool and bad at the same time. We had to be our own facilities managers, which is kind of difficult. We had to fix stuff on our own because nobody would show up for maintenance. I live in Kfar Yona, which means nobody delivers anything. So I had to provide my own lunch, no Cibus. You have to be your own IT manager because when your internet is down, well, you're screwed. And you might think, that's critical infrastructure, right? That's all you need to work. You need a laptop, you need a working router. Right? Wrong. You see, programmers are organisms that convert caffeine into code, which means this is now critical infrastructure. And because it is, we need to treat it as such. So this is my coffee architecture. As you can see, I have front-end, client, and back-end services. And like everything that you want to improve, you always add a cache. So I tried caching. So caching coffee beans works great. Caching water also works great. Caching electricity, now that's a problem. You see, this cannot handle the load. If you ever try to use an uninterruptible power supply of the home variety with anything that has a compressor, it does not work. So there are two options to go here if you want to get a bigger cache. You can either get a generator, which is super expensive, high maintenance, and smells horrible, or you can get a Tesla Powerwall, which is illegal here and is also very expensive, which means we have to refactor. We have to re-architect our coffee service. So first of all, let's define our SLA. So we need a cup of coffee, right? It doesn't have to be the world's best cup of coffee, but it cannot be instant coffee because that is not coffee. So thank you. So if this can handle it, we're going to have to replace it with something. I decided to go with gas, home cooking gas, because it's dirt cheap. And that should work, right? Wrong. You see, we have a compiled error here because the interfaces that gas makes available to us do not match the requirements from the coffee machine. So let's get a mocha maker for this type of thing, right? Dirt cheap as well. That does not work either because the interfaces required by the mocha maker are not implemented by gas. So we're going to get a translation layer, otherwise known as a stove, kirain. And success. We compile, everything works. This is the code that makes it all available. As you can see, code meh. And I also function as a coffee load balancer. We have an active-passive architecture. When we have electricity, we use the coffee machine. When we do not, we use the mocha maker. Everything works fine. And I'm always up because I have a kid. And takeaway, if you do not plan for high availability, you will have to refactor later. Takeaway number 2, refactoring is not such a bad thing. It can add functionality like different types of coffee. And invest in good coffee. My God, people, the horrendous things that I have seen people do in the name of coffee. No. You need to invest a lot of money in this, and you should. It's for you. So thank you very much. And this over here, this is the code for this. So the code, this was created in order to explain how interfaces work in Go to a junior engineer. So use that, talk to me afterwards, and tweet at me and make fun of me on Twitter. Thank you very much.